I just want to set the record straight that I said that someone at work said that I have a beautiful mouth. Okay, Papa? Me. My mouth. Okay. My ma het nog altyd gesê, voor jy kan trou met 'n man, moet jy getoets word. Well, suffice it to say, planning a wedding in the middle of a pandemic is a pretty big test. Ek dink dat met alles wat gebeur het met COVID en toe nou nog op die laaste minuut Omicron ook, kon dinge regtig onaangenaam gewees het. However, despite everything, it was actually a wonderful year and even a wonderful week. We had the most incredible support system a couple could ask for. Our groomsmen, bridesmaids, and families were ready to plan, throw out the plan, and replan at the drop of a hat. Having you all by our side made things so much easier. So before I tell you a little bit more about the Soti I've just married, there are a few people I would like to thank for getting us both down the aisle. Eerstens, Mama. Has anyone seen how beautiful she looks tonight? Ek weet nie hoekom bruide so stres oor troues nie. Ek dink dit is omdat hulle nie 'n Ilse het nie. Dankie dat jy na al 10,000 Pinterest foto's wat ek vir jou gestuur het, gekyk het en onmiddellik reply het en jou voet neergesit het as dinge nie presies soos ek wou hê verloop het nie. Papa, ek weet ek en mamma het nou vir 'n jaar lank net oor die troue gepraat. Baie dankie vir jou geduld. Moet asseblief dit nie nou verloor nie, want nou gaan ons vir die volgende jaar praat oor hoe dinge verloop het. Dankie ook dat jy vir mamma so lief het. You've set an almost impossible standard of what a husband and father should be, although I do believe I've found a man who's up for the challenge. Boetie en Annie, julle vriendskap met Jack is vir my so spesiaal en ek kan nie wag vir al die lekker goed wat ons as getroude paartjies nog saam gaan aanvang nie. Thomas in Kleis. To my new family and parents-in-law, how friggin' lucky am I? I love that I get to marry into a family that's so down to earth, ready for a jaw, caring and welcoming. I can honestly say I love each and every one of you dearly. David, you are one of the funniest, most outrageous people I've ever met, not to mention selfless. Claire, your kindness and carefree nature shines through in everything you do. Together, you've given me Jack, and he's pretty damn amazing. Thank you. With thank yous out the way, let's talk about my husband. The first time I saw Jack, I thought, oh shit, here comes trouble. And I wasn't wrong. Within a few months, my relationship was dead in the water, and all I could think about was the blonde boy at work. Not that I could speak to him. I was way too embarrassed for that. But I admired him from afar. However, little did I know Jack had a plan of his own, and that plan was to win me over. And so he did. Still, I didn't think it would be truly serious. Fabian was not impressed at all. Another boyfriend? Again? I thought, there's no way my parents will accept a soti. God forbid the grandchildren are English. But that's the thing about Jack. No matter what you throw at him, he always finds a way through it. And I think I'm similar. Knowing this about us is one of the things that makes me feel so safe with you. I know that no matter what life throws at us, even a pandemic, we will find a way to come out on top together. And don't get me wrong, Jack, you do drive me crazy. I mean, you sleep like a maniac, refuse to eat tomatoes, can't be a minute late for anything, but you're always nice to waiters, you work your butt off, you're at your happiest when other people are having a good time, you're the best fur dad to our 3 cats, you drive me to Durbanville every single week just so I won't be alone, you ask more questions than anyone I know, you are the master of dad jokes, you are forgiving, kind, caring, trusting, and generous. You are my best friend. I grew up in a family of epic romances, and I didn't know if I would be so lucky to experience it for myself. Yet here I am. I find myself in my very own epic forever romance. Darling, I love you. Thank you for loving me so hard that I have no choice but to accept my fate. It's you and me to the end, for better, for worse, for always.
Thanks. Oh. Good evening. Can everyone hear me? Is it too loud, too soft? Is it good? Okay. Cool. Before I begin, there's a few thank yous I would like to dish out. So the first is to Ma en Pa. I'd like to say thank you very much for making this day possible. I wrote this before Werner announced it. Thank you for making me the family's beste kind. I know this is the first month, but Jean-Pierre and Louise, sorry, just give up. Jean-Pierre and Anis, thank you for always making me feel welcome and part of the family. Before I met Jean-Pierre and Anis, Louise told me, Jack, I'm just warning you, Jean-Pierre has vetoed my boyfriends before. If you fuck this up and he vetoes you, it's over, I'm sorry. So thank you for not vetoing me. Thanks to my mom, my dad, and Oscar. Each one of you played a different role in my life. Like Kate said, you each had your unique attributes that contributed to the man I am today, so thank you. To all my siblings, it's a long list, so bear with me. Natasha, Sam, Kate, Luca, Giles, and now also Cooper. Thank you for being the best siblings a brother could ask for. I hope I've been a good older brother to all of you. And thank you for accepting Louise and making her another sister to the family. Okay, now Louise touched on the story of how we met, but I think we need to go into a bit more detail. The first day I met Louise, I was helping Kurt with his computer and she walked in. I remember thinking to myself, wow, she has the whitest teeth I've ever seen. She reached out a hand and said, "Hi, I'm Louise." In a panic, not knowing how to react to such a beautiful woman talking to me, I just said Jack and ran away. I went straight to Chai's office and told him what had happened. And I told him, Chai, one day I'm going to marry her. And Guy looked at me with a puzzled look on his face and burst out laughing and said, "Jackie boy, it's good that a man has dreams." Well, 4.5 years later, here we are on the happiest day of my life. I was so shy around Louise, I literally couldn't speak to her. I would look at her and think to myself, just go up to her and talk to her. But I never had the courage. But to be fair, she couldn't say anything to me either. So part of my job was being in charge of the music. We constantly had music playing throughout the whole office to create a vibe for all the call center agents. So I'd play club music all day, every day. And I would see Louise go into her boss, Shai's office, and she would come out, and I'd get a message on Skype from Shai asking me to please turn down the volume. So this happened for a few weeks. Then one day, Louise went into Shai's office, came out, and right on cue, I got a message from Shai asking me to turn the volume down. I don't know what came over me, but I just thought to myself, this seems like someone that loves classical music. So me, with my extensive knowledge in classical music, Googled best classical music. I clicked on the first link, turned up the volume, and started blasting Vivaldi's Four Seasons through the office. The call center agents all looked at me like I'd lost it. But I kid you not, 10 seconds later, Louise walked up to my desk with a small piece of paper in her hand and said, "Play Arthur Rubinstein's rendition of Chopin. He's the best." I looked at her, having no idea what she had just said, dug deep to find the courage to respond, and said, "Yes. You should add me on Skype so you can send me more song requests." So just to set the record straight, this is where I used my famous opening line. My first message I sent to Louise. "Louise, did you ever have braces? Because you have really nice teeth." After that, she didn't know if I was hitting on her or just being friendly, so we just started chatting every day. Now, one would think that because we were texting all day, every day, we would be able to speak to each other face to face. No. We were both still so shy, we couldn't even make eye contact with one another. This went on for about 6 months. Texting every day like we had known each other for years, but when we saw each other in person, we'd pretend like we didn't know who we were. After 6 months, I finally decided, no, enough is enough. I sent her a message and I said, in 10 minutes, we're going to stand on the balcony. We don't have to say a word to one another, but we just need to be in each other's presence. First, I chickened out and made up some excuse why I couldn't do it. We arranged, then she chickened out, but we were adamant. On the third attempt, we finally did it. We were standing on the balcony together, just the two of us. I swear it was the most awkward day of my life. I was sweating profusely, my voice was shaking. I'd try and make eye contact with Louise while I spoke, but she just stared dead ahead like I didn't exist. But we had done it. We had just spent 5 minutes together and we survived. After that, we both decided that was way too awkward, and the next time we needed alcohol to help us relax. So we went on our first date, and I remember it being a weird feeling because it felt like I'd known her so well from talking to her every day. But at the same time, it felt like I was going on a date with someone I was meeting for the first time. Needless to say, the date went really well. 2 months later, I moved in. I moved in a bit before, but Louise said after 2 months, Jack, it's time to start paying rent. And here we are today. En nou vir 'n bietjie Afrikaans. Toe ek Louise ontmoet het, was ek 'n baie skaam en teruggetrokke persoon. Ek het geen selfvertroue gehad nie en was baie versigtig om kansse te waag. Nou pak ek die lewe aan soos dit kom, met selfs genoeg selfvertroue om 'n toespraak in Afrikaans te waag. Met my beroep en 'n slim vrou het ek 'n blink toekoms wat vir my voorlê. Klink dit asof ek nou spog? Ja, ek spog. Maar nie met myself nie, maar met Louise. Sy het gesê dat my studies en my werk my help groei het, maar dit is nie so nie. Louise, ek is wat ek nou is, te danke aan jou. Jy het in my geglo en het my geleer om in myself ook te glo. Jy het kanse gevat en my gehelp om ook dit te doen. Jy het my gewys hoe om opreg lief te hê. Maar die belangrikste is dat jy altyd staan by my, wat ook al op ons pad gekom het. Baie dankie daarvoor, Louise. So there's a bit of a tradition, the Duplessis family, and now Isaac Collins will steal this tradition and make it part of our family. And there was a poem that Werner read to Ilse at their wedding, and Jean-Pierre read it to Annis at their wedding, and I would like to read it to Louise at our wedding. Die berggans het 'n vuur laat val, van die hoogste kraans op Wuppertal. My hart staan tyd al meer en meer, ek stuur vir jou die berggans vuur. Midste sê, wil ek vir jou sê, hoe diep my lief vir jou lê. So, I would like to propose a toast to my beautiful wife. Louise, you look absolutely beautiful tonight. I'm so excited to spend the rest of my life with you. I promise to always raise you up as you have done with me. I love you.
If the world should leave you uninspired, if nothing more of love's desired, my blessing goes with you.